Okay, so if you're clicking on this video, obviously you saw the title, How to Be Actually Productive in Your Day. We're gonna figure that out. And it is not some dumb bullshit like day in the life of business owner and how productive my day is by waking up at 6 a.m. It's none of that. You don't gotta do that. That stuff is bullshit. It doesn't work. It will never work. You gotta start off small. And it's gonna sound ironic, but you gotta do a routine. And no, you don't have to do like six figure business owner type of routine. You don't gotta do any of that. You gotta keep it just really simple as possible. A morning routine, that's all you need. For the rest of the day, a morning routine is all you need, and it just can be 3 things on your routine. That is it. The first thing that you wanna do to be actually productive, just get up and do 5 push-ups. Just 5. Get up from the bed, get on the floor, and just do 5 push-ups. That is all you gotta do. After you do that, go to the bathroom, take a shit, take a piss, do whatever the fuck you gotta do, brush, freshen up basically. Get yourself together, get yourself ready for the rest of the day. You don't have to do a cold shower like this stuff just to, oh, you're gonna get a really huge boost from a cold shower. You don't gotta do any of that. You gotta keep it simple. If you want to take a shower, but you don't have to do any of that. Take a cold shower to wake up. You don't gotta do that. After you do that, come out of the bathroom, take a seat. And take a seat not in front of the screens, not in front of any images, not in front of your keyboard, your phone, nothing. You keep those stuff away until you complete the morning routine. You got to make a vow here. You got to swear that you will not touch your phone until you have completed those steps in your morning routine. That is it. Okay? So once you come out of the bathroom, sit down, take a seat, and just look at the wall. A blank wall, okay? Not a wall with the pictures and everything. A blank white wall. Or if you don't have that, just look in the mirror. Once you do that, you gotta sit down and think. Alright, because obviously you probably will not be able to figure out the next productive thing to do. Because we just started day one of being productive. That's it. We don't have everything in our hands of what to do next. Obviously, yes, there's some other stuff like, okay, you could journal, you could gratitude journal, you could read a book, 5 pages of it. But truthfully, well, look, if you've been lazy all your life, if you've been procrastinating a lot, you probably will not feel the motivation to even do that. So just sit down and think about the next things that you could do. Alright, and the thing is, let's say you don't have any next productive thing to do. What you can do is cut off the things that make you unproductive. That's the most productive thing you could actually do, honestly. It's just cutting off the stuff that make you unproductive. These are the games, the people that drag you down. Instagram, TikTok. If you have Snapchat, I don't know why you have Snapchat. Delete this stuff. Delete these apps. If they don't add value to your life, delete it. And you don't have to worry about missing out on something because you really won't. These apps don't really matter. If you truly want to be productive, you got to start taking action. You can't just wake up and do 5 push-ups and think that's gonna be setting you up for your entire life of being productive. It's not. It's just a starting point. The whole point I told you to have a morning routine is so that you can have momentum. The point of having productivity throughout the entire day is also having momentum. But there's no point in having momentum if you don't know the next best thing to do. Because you can have momentum maybe in the morning, but if you don't know the next thing to do, it's gonna go down. What's the point? So, next thing you should do, not can do, next thing you should do is delete the things that distract you. Delete the things that drag you down. Remove the people that drag you down. Once you do that, your brain will naturally want to fill in those gaps because obviously during this, let's say 10 a.m., you'd be doom scrolling. But now you don't have Instagram. So what am I going to do? Well, your brain's going to figure that out. Your brain's going to figure out what's the next best thing to do because it's going to fill in the gaps. And you got to make sure those gaps are filled in with something productive. And best thing you could do, if you truly don't have anything else after that, read. Just read a book, read a PDF. If you don't have the physical book, read a PDF. There's a lot. You can just go, like, you can pirate it if you want. I'm not advocating for piracy, but if there's no option, just read something. You gotta read something. If you don't have anything to read, let's say you're dyslexic somehow, you should probably start training. You should probably just do some kind of physical workout. You should probably start, if you cannot do 5 push-ups, do like 2 push-ups. And if you can't do 5 push-ups, you gotta start training. After you do that, try to do some crunches, do some sit-ups, lift some dumbbells, lift some weights. You probably got a local gym, or you probably got some dumbbells at your home. If you don't have any of that near you, just do calisthenics, just do body weight exercises. No matter what, you gotta occupy your mind with something that is productive. And productive doesn't mean like always doing deep work or doing this kind of stuff. It just means doing something good. This could literally also just be going to the kitchen and helping your mom cook. That is productive too. Or you could also go to your parents' bedroom and talk to your dad. That is productive too. Being productive does not mean doing something that's always supposed to be related in the business sense. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be productive even just with life. If you don't have the time to do those stuff, walk outside. At least make it something. Because look, one of the reasons, this is something that has been personally for me, one of the reasons that I haven't been able to be productive before was because I did not go outside. And going outside gives you a good feeling. And when you come back home with that positive feeling, you're gonna wanna amplify it. You're gonna wanna do something that keeps on repeating that positive feeling that you felt outside. So when you go outside, no matter what, you're gonna see something positive. You're gonna feel something positive. So go outside as well. If you can't talk to your parents, let's say you don't have a great relationship with them, go outside, walk. If you can't go outside because you have some kind of curfew timings, go to the rooftop or just walk around the block a little. It's not like you're restricted forever. You're not in jail. You can walk around. Just walk around. Just step outside of your house. Walk outside of the door. For 10 minutes a day, that's enough. That's going to be good enough for you to be able to be productive, most likely, for the rest of the day. Now, another thing is, when I say how to actually be productive, I'm not saying you're going to be able to do this within one day. You obviously can't. You're going to have to do it step by step. You're going to have to do it day by day. And when you do it day by day, you're definitely going to build up that momentum. And that's the point, to build a momentum. And you can't expect to build a momentum within the first day. Obviously, yes, when you do something good in the morning, you are building the momentum for the rest of the day to be productive. But a new day will start. How can you carry that productivity to the next day? By doing the same thing that you did yesterday. And gradually, that momentum, instead of going as a straight line, it will start curving upwards. That upwards curve is where you start adding more productive habits into your life, or remove unproductive habits from your life. That's the way it goes. It will always go like that. So do not stress about what else can I do that is productive. You don't have to worry about that, because your brain will naturally just fill that stuff out. You will figure it out. Don't stress so much. Just start with one thing, because the whole point, you want to be actually productive, just start for one day. Start the first day, just do 5 push-ups. That's all you gotta do. That will work. That will build you the momentum for the next few days. That's it. I repeated myself like 5 times. That's like, the fact that I repeated myself 5 times should tell you that just making the first action carries a lot of weight for the next few days. That is how you can do it. You don't have to do this deep work stuff. You don't have to do all this meditation stuff. Just do something that is easy for you but is a good habit. Cooking with your mom, talking to your dad, walking outside, doing 5 push-ups. Keep it as simple as that. You could also arrange your bed. That's also being productive. Doing something good is productive. Always, okay? Doing some kind of good habit is productive all the time. You don't have to do deep work. You don't have to do some kind of studying or anything. Just do something good. You'll figure out the rest as time goes on. That's it. It's that simple. You want to be actually productive? Have the most simplest morning routine. Make it as autistic as possible. You make it as simple as possible, it's going to be way more better for you to be productive in the next few days. That's it. Have a morning routine. Have 3 things in the morning routine at least, and that's it. You'll figure out the rest. I promise you that is how you actually be productive. That's it. That's all I gotta say. That's how you actually be productive. Alright? Bye bye.